I don't even think I need any tools to do this. And it turns out, I was right. Welcome back. My name's Andrew. You're watching Red Blue Labs, and I'm still in vacation mode. Maybe I should switch my hat on backwards. Okay, now I'm really in vacation mode. I got a confession to make here, folks. I have a hard time turning my brain off, and even though I'm on vacation, and I come upon situations where there's networking involved, I think to myself, I wonder how I could break that thing. And sometimes the pieces just line themselves up. Rest assured, even though I was on vacation, I still had lots of time to relax. That's really important, okay? As soon as I got to my hotel, I thought to myself, almost immediately, as soon as they gave me the Wi-Fi password, this Wi-Fi is so breakable. And another thought came to my mind, and that was, I don't even think I need any tools to do this. And it turns out, I was right. So before we get too deep into how I deciphered guest Wi-Fi passwords at this hotel, I know there's a few of you thinking, he was on vacation? Where are the pictures? I know there's at least one person. So here's 5 seconds of vacation footage. Beautiful views. I saw a really cool donkey. There are some goats.
Hey, goat.
I had a delicious coffee. And then I saw like a beehive outside of this place's business. Boom. There you go. Let's get to the story. When I arrived at the hotel, their Wi-Fi, pretty straightforward and simple, just the name and the room number. With an embarrassing level of speed, my immediate brain waves were like, I guess all I need is somebody else's last name. So I confess, that's where my brain goes when I hear things like that. The next day, when an opportunity presented itself, I was getting in the elevator to go down for breakfast, and an adorable elderly couple joined me for the ride down. So I immediately demanded their last name. No. However, I did have a conversation with them, and I did learn that they were going for a picnic later that day, and I did happen to see that they were carrying a water cooler, and on the water cooler they had their last name printed in Sharpie.
Bruh.
So I unintentionally, without trying, acquired a fellow guest's last name. All I need is a room number. My room number was 435. Okay, that means if you look at this picture that I was on the 4th floor. There's nothing higher. Okay, so on the bottom floor of this hotel there was like convention rooms. There were some hotel rooms in there. However, as I said in my story, I was at the top floor going down for breakfast. That means that this couple had woken up and had left the room, and they were on the same floor as me. I can immediately rule out floor 3, floor 2, and floor 1. They were coming from behind me, getting into the elevator. That means that based on the floor plan of this hotel, that they can't be in the range you can see on the screen right now, but they must be in the range of the numbers on the other side, on the side where I was. I made an educated guess based on the poor password format that they would also be not having limiting attempts. So that means that I could just manually rotate through login attempts to get access to Wi-Fi. And I guessed correctly. On the screen, you can see where I am manually rotating through the different rooms that this couple could be in, till eventually we hit it, and now I have access to the specific Wi-Fi that is for that other guest. What did I do once I gained access? I disconnected immediately. Okay, I had scratched that cyber itch. I had proven that I could do it. I was happy. The point of what this whole video is to show that our Wi-Fi needs to be secured. What if I wanted to connect into their Wi-Fi and then proceed with doing network scanning? I could have done that. Okay, they would have been none the wiser. Maybe they had their laptop connected to their personal Wi-Fi. I'm now a part of that personal Wi-Fi. I can do port scanning. I can do all kinds of reconnaissance on that machine, and then do further activities to gain access to that computer. This was actually not too hard to do, okay? But I did have some information. I knew they were in the hotel, one. I knew that they were on the 4th floor, another one. I had some information where they actually had their name. So that's some key information to help me rotate through. Now, I wanted an additional challenge. What if I didn't have somebody's name? Could I do the exact same process? All right. Okay. So I actually had screen recording of me acquiring a new Wi-Fi connection at this hotel. However, I was like, looks a little boring, so I'm just going to explain it quickly. All I did was grab a name out of my head because the Wi-Fi and the captive portal that was inside this hotel had no restrictions on the amount of times that we could try to attempt to log in. All I had to do was put the name of that family and then rotate through the name. It just so happens that I actually guessed a accurate name for somebody in the hotel. Bruh. And then just went, and it worked. It doesn't matter what the name was because I could have done that with any name. I could have done it with my name. Could have done it with somebody else's name. I just happened to pick the right name. So what does this mean? There we go. We really need to consider and think about our Wi-Fi security. Looking at this hotel, it's not terrible. The problem is that with very limited resources and skill, one could actually circumvent the security and get into other guests' private networks that are allotted to them. That's a problem, okay? And I think we can see that that's a problem. What are some things that this hotel could actually do? First off, they need to limit the amount of times that somebody can try to log in. Do it via the MAC address. If it's a number of attempts, blacklist that piece of hardware. That would solve a lot of problems. Secondly, making the password something a little bit more complicated than name and room number. That would solve a lot of problems. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. Go ahead and check out some of the other videos that are on the screen, and we'll talk to you soon.